14 here, and today I'm going to be looking at the Apple Watch on the right, and the Apple Watch Sport on the left. I'm going to be comparing them, and so you can see if you're deciding which one to get. Hopefully this video will help you with that. First, I'm going to start off by saying the software is exactly the same, storage space is exactly the same, everything on the inside of these is exactly the same. The only differences you're going to see are on the outside. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. Also, the price, of course, is a difference. The Apple Watch stainless steel on the right is going to be $599 for this version. This is the 42mm with the sport band. You can get the metal Milanese loop and other bands for more expensive, but this is the cheapest variant you're going to get. Also, the Apple Watch Sport Space Gray 42mm is going to cost you about $399. So there's that to keep. There's also many more colors, you know, they have rose gold and stuff like that, but right now, like I said, we're just going to go over the aesthetics. So off the bat, the materials that are different, the screen of the Apple Watch is sapphire crystal, and the back is going to be ceramic over this right here. Whereas on the Apple Watch Sport, you're going to have an Ionix glass front, and the back is going to be composite. So overall, you know, the aluminum versus stainless, sapphire glass versus Ionix. You're going to have a well-built watch over here and a less durable watch for the Sport, but of course, it is the cheaper one, so they're going to have lower quality. The bands are exactly the same. The only difference is the band is matching for each of them. Up here you can see the space gray and silver for the stainless and such. Really, that's all the difference. What I went through the list, the materials was pretty much it. I'm going to get into my personal opinions of these two now, though, so these will vary from person to person, of course. The Apple Watch Sport is extremely light. When you pick it up, I mean, it almost feels like nothing, and when it's on your wrist, you can't really tell it's there almost. I really like that. Sometimes I wish it had a little more heft, especially when I'm using the scroll wheel or pressing buttons. It feels like there's nothing else again, so that's kind of annoying. But overall, I really, really like how light it is, and if you're running and stuff, you won't notice it's there, which is really nice. Same pros on the lightness on here goes cons on this, because this is quite heavy. The stainless steel, you can definitely tell the weight of it. It feels like my Movado luxury watch, so you're definitely going to have that more luxury feel with this. Going running with this, you'll feel it bumping around. Even if you put it on your tightest setting on the watch strap, you can still feel the weight, and it got a little annoying after a while. Even when I was just driving or in class at school, I noticed the weight and it bugged me. I'm sure if I would have worn it for a little longer, it might have been okay, you know, I might have gotten used to it, but for me personally, I just overall preferred the Sport and didn't want to deal with the extra weight of this Apple Watch. That being said, there are things I like about the Apple Watch over this, and that definitely would be the buttons on the side. The Apple Watch Sport scroll wheel is much cheaper feeling, of course, compared to the stainless steel on the Apple Watch. This scrolls a little more rough versus the Apple Watch, which scrolls very smooth. Same goes as well for the buttons. The friend button on both. The friend button on the Apple Watch is much more pleasant to click versus the cheap feeling and soulless click on the Apple Watch Sport. Also, another thing to note is the screens. They both have about the same quality of picture, both Retina displays, but the Apple Watch Sport already has some scratches after having it only for a few days, where you were very unlikely to get scratches on the Apple Watch on the left over here. I really wish they had a model of the Sport that had the sapphire glass screen. That in my opinion would be the perfect watch. But of course, they don't have that. So if I wanted a better screen, I would have to go with the Apple Watch. Another thing I noticed is that the Apple Watch is a lot more ridgy. I handed it around to a few family members, and my grandpa said he liked the quality of this, but he definitely could tell it was more ridgy, in the sense that the display on top right here, I don't think you'll be able to see it, but the display right here wraps it is not flush with the stainless steel. So if you put your finger, you will feel a ridge right there. And if you get the Apple Watch Sport and do the same thing, you will not feel a ridge. It flows perfectly and is flush all around. It wraps seamlessly into the aluminum, which is nice. So on here, you're going to definitely feel as if the screen is separate from the housing. Same goes for the back, the composite back here. I believe it's composite, I said earlier. If you roll your finger over it, you can see that it is definitely more rigid and glass type versus the bottom here. It is completely flush as well, and you will have a much more comfortable feeling with the Sport, at least in my opinion. So this is definitely more rigid. Same goes for the scroll wheel. The ridges on the scroll wheel are a lot more defined on the Apple Watch, so scrolling with your finger feels a lot more natural and comfortable. So out of all the ridgy effects on here, I don't like any of them except for the scroll wheel. There is no ridge really to the Sport scroll wheel, so I do like that. But other than that, the ridges on the screen everywhere, which I can feel on any angle I come at, I don't particularly like that. At least in my opinion. Like I said, this may be different for you. So overall, you're going to be paying a higher price for the Apple Watch versus the Apple Watch Sport, and that's pretty much up to you. I bought the Sport first and returned it because of the scratch on the screen, and after that I upgraded to the Apple Watch. But after a few days of wearing it, I was like, okay, I feel like the scratches on the screen are annoying, but they're worth it to have a lighter, more comfortable experience. So I stayed with the Apple Watch Sport. Like I said, of course, that's up to you. If I would have got this first, I may have liked it a lot more. But I went with the Sport first, and that's which one I like. So, like I said, these are my opinions. They may be completely different to you. Get one or the other, test them out, maybe get both if you can, or go to the Apple Store and try them on and see what you think. They are more than willing to let you try them on. Remember, the insides of these are exactly the same. Same software, same features. No difference between these watches software-wise. The only difference is the comfortableness and the feel on the user-to-user basis. So make sure to check that out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found something helpful inside of it. I will have a full review of the Apple Watch coming up soon. And please subscribe to my channel to get that information. I'm going to wait till the Watch OS 2 comes out, so you'll have a more rounded review of it. But yeah, look forward to that. Hope you guys have a great day. Please check out the sponsor after this video. I couldn't afford crazy Apple Watches without this sponsor, so if you go to the link in the description to alanjosephdesigns.com and use the code GMAPPER14 to get a great discount, that'll let them know that these Apple Watches were worth it. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.